Red hot. Hey, everybody. Welcome, Kevin T. Robertson, to another session of Speaker Focus, the platform that is here with the most authentic movement of speaker marketing results on planet Earth. Today, we are going to be talking about content management and social media strategies so you can learn how to manage your social media properly. What I'm experiencing is way too many people that don't simply understand these social network platforms, and they don't understand the power that they allow you to have and the leverage they allow you to have to reach all four corners of the globe. We're being able to do business with people that we've never been able to touch before, all because we have these platforms available to us where it can allow connectivity like never before. So I want to go over some strategies in this session, and I definitely want to take on some questions for people that have them, because there are a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of things that people don't understand. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of people overanalyzing, overthinking things. There's a lot of people speaking about things that they simply don't have any knowledge on when it comes to content creation and the management of that content, and then how that content relates to the platform. So I'm going to go over some strategies with you on the call tonight, and we're going to talk about these things. So the topic today is, again, content creation and how to manage your social media, how to manage your social networks. So the first thing I want to say to you is, this goes out to really all my old school people. My younger coaching students on the platform, they typically don't have an issue being able to manage social networks. You got to get in there and play around with it. Let's say if it's TikTok, which is a video-based platform, Instagram is very fast-paced with video and pictures. LinkedIn is very, very professional, and I see way too many people not being professional on LinkedIn. Facebook business page and the way you manage your personal page can be two different platforms, but they are one and the same. Older people, they scroll through social media very slow. They consume more content. Young people, they zoom through it. That's why they like Snapchat. That's why they like Instagram. And that's why they like TikTok, because things are moving really fast paced and they want to be able to capture smaller segments of their life and shoot them out in quick bursts. Twitter doesn't have the power that it used to, but people still like to send out tweets, 143 characters or less. They're not going to allow you to do a lot on Twitter. And then you have these other social networking platforms that allow you to just connect in ways that we never were able to do that before. So all of the 40 and plus people, you have got to come to a new level of consciousness, and you got to grow up, wake up, and smarten up, because a lot of you are getting left behind because you simply don't understand how to manipulate social media. So this is going to be the first thing I'm going to teach tonight on the call. And if anybody would like to raise their hand on the call, please feel free to do so. All right, Troy, for whatever reason, I'm not seeing the box on the side like I normally am for the raise hand feature. I'm not seeing my window over here for that. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but if you could try to straighten that out for me, I'm going to keep on moving forward. So here's the deal. As we're talking tonight, we're talking about content management and on your social media platforms. So this is for all of the 40 and over people. Listen, I'm hearing way too much complaining. I'm seeing too much complaining about KTR. I don't understand social media. I don't like Facebook. You're doing a lot of talking about what you don't like, and you don't understand it. Listen, let's get it straight. I am on social networks for business. I don't come here to make friends. So you got to understand, my perspective is a little bit different. Now, I've always been on social networks for business. but I didn't understand it the way I do right now. I want to help you understand that when you are booking speaking engagements, you know, this is all we talk about on the Speaker Focus platform. So when you're booking speaking engagements, let's say you're booking 20 tour dates a year. Wayne, I see you over there, bro. What's going on? Give me the peace sign. There you go, Wayne. So when you are booking 20 speaking engagements a year, you can pretty much look at this like it's like doing 20 separate job interviews. Now, Austin talked a little bit about this last week during our rapid fire discussion that we had last Monday. And we were covering all kinds of topics, but I wanted to get a little bit more focused on it because the way the call ended, Austin brought up some really, really good points. The conference coordinator, meeting and event planner, one of many committee members who is a key decision maker to look at your brand. So this is the question I want you to ask yourself as you're taking notes tonight. What are they going to discover when they check out your brand? I want you to think about that for a second, because when you go to a job interview and you got your nice blue suit on, you know, we are putting forth our best when we're trying to get that damn job. I don't care if you're a female, females going with a nice blue suit on, they got a nice white crisp blouse on. Gentlemen, you typically have a nice white shirt on. You go get your hair done, your nails done. Guys, you manscape yourself. You look real fly when you're going for the job interview because you're trying to put forth your best effort. Could somebody please help me understand why the hell you are putting forth your best effort on social media? Understand this. It's like leaving behind a fingerprint at a crime scene, right? If you look at this fingerprint, it has a cut through it. I have a very distinct fingerprint on this hand because I grabbed a knife like this when I was a kid, and I grabbed a knife and I told my brother, I said, I dare you to pull it. And my brother pulls the knife and it slashed my fingers all the way through. I still have a line in my fingerprint. It's very distinct. So many of you who have not had your fingerprints taken before, you don't know what I'm talking about. I've had my fingerprints taken a couple times. So I have a distinct fingerprint. So think about that fingerprint as your social media DNA. It's like you just committed a crime and then you left some evidence behind. So what is the evidence that you're leaving behind for the conference coordinator, meeting and event planner? Listen, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you. And many of you, your social media is horrible. You're not thinking about what you're posting. So I'm going to address it tonight. I've done a lot of it myself. Now you got to understand something. By nature, I am an artist. I've been designing graphics since I've been in the 9th grade. I took graphic communications in the 9th grade. So I knew how to design album covers, business cards. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I'm a master at designing PowerPoint slides. After years and years and years of tinkering around in PowerPoint. And now Austin Troyer is on here with us live. So I don't use PowerPoint anymore. I use Google Slides. Wink, wink. Y'all know I still use a PowerPoint sometimes. I can always slide it right over to Google Docs because I know how to manipulate the platform. Okay? It's the same thing. Whatever you're doing right now that you're really skilled at, you don't even have to give it any thought. See, this stuff is incredibly easy for me because I've been doing it for so long. So I'm telling all of you is that look at what you're posting on your social media. What are you leaving behind for the conference coordinator to make a decision? Oh, you're under the impression that you can do whatever you want to do on your social media. This is my social media page. No one can tell me what to do. Okay, well, I want you to imagine $500 to $7,500 and $10,000 walking out of your life if you're not managing your social media properly. Because these are the things that happen when you're not managing it properly. Think about 3 things. Number 1, this is what the conference coordinator should be looking at when they're going over all your social media. Number 1, who are you? Write this down. Who are you? Are you describing who you are? Is your social media presence describing who you are? The great Maya Angelou said it best. She said, when people show you who they are, you need to do what? You need to believe them. I'm showing you who I am. Love it or like it, I show you exactly who I am. I show you what kind of business professional I am. I show you exactly how I think. All you got to do is listen to me talk. Think about this. Who are you? Second thing the conference coordinator is looking at is, what do you do? This is where I'm having a difficult time understanding what the hell some of you are doing on your social media. Remember, don't think like you. I want you to think like the target buyer. Who is the target buyer, in case you forgot? AKA conference coordinator, meeting and event planner. Key decision maker, one of many committee members who are directly responsible for purchasing professional speaking services. Number one is, who are you? Number two is, what do you do? Am I seeing evidence? And if you don't believe me, and you've never been to me and Austin's social media pages, I want you to go to check out anything that I post under KTR Speaker Focus, Kevin T. Robertson, anything, and you won't catch me doing anything but talking about professional speaking. Or I have a microphone in my hand. Or you see behind me, I'll get to that a little bit. That's content that's behind me. All those celebrity interviews that I've done, that's content. When you go to my page, all you see me do is talk about leadership, directional leadership as it pertains to you growing your speaker business. You either see me hanging out with Austin, with some of our high profile clients, and you see me talking about something that has something to do with life and being successful and having a positive mindset. I don't care about anything else. I provide content so when people go to our social media, they can take a little mini masterclass every time they read one of my posts, whether or not it's a short form and long form post. So this is the homework assignment to everybody that's on this live right now. If you have never been to any of our social networks, if you spell my name the right way, Kevin T. Robertson, Robertson, everything is Kevin T. Robertson, KTR, all of it. You will get a free masterclass in how to manage your social media. Because I'm not even playing when I say this. I am very deliberate and intentional with what I post and how I post it. I post content that relates to the platform, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what a lot of you are not doing. So 3 things that the conference coordinator wants to see when they go to your social media. That is, who are you? What do you do? And how does it benefit them? You've got to post content that consistently benefits the person reading it, the person consuming your video. Are you doing that? Is what I want to ask you, because if you're not, it's time that you start doing it right now. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. I can hear it right now because I talk to many of you, especially my one-on-one coaching students. And many of you are sending data in and you're asking questions and your feedback. I know what you're thinking. Well, KTR, I don't really know what to post. You're overthinking it. You, if you haven't forgot, you should be posting content about your subject matter expertise. Let's not forget who you are. You are a specialist. You are a subject matter expert. You are a leading authority. You are a trusted advisor. So when I come to your page, what are you going to teach me? You've got to stop posting for you. You got to start posting for people who are going to benefit as they drop past your page. If you're not trying to teach a lesson or you're not trying to make a point about your topic, okay, for instance, Wayne, could you unmute real quick? Because I feel like Wayne had a really big breakthrough last week. Wayne, could you give me your mainstay headline from last week? And I want to make an example of what you should be posting. Wayne, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you now, Wayne.
Got it.
How are you today, boss?
Well, yesterday was Incredible. Today's phenomenal.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Wayne, do you remember your mainstay headline? I remember you had a breakthrough last week and you gave me that long title and we were able to truncate it down to 5 words. Do you remember what that was?
Yep, I sure do.
Could you share with us again, please?
Leadership actions that remove limits.
Okay, leadership actions that remove limits. So remember, Wayne, you are a specialist in the field of leadership development. You are a subject matter expert in the field of leadership. You are a leading authority in your industry, right? Whether or not that's a niche or a sub-niche, genre or a subgenre. You are a trusted advisor. So you are a person who gives great advice. This is why we provide directional leadership. So Wayne, what you should be doing every single day is you should be posting content on your social media about leadership topics. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Wayne, it's up to you. Remember, social media is like real estate. Personally, I don't share quotes and posts from other speakers because I'm very fortunate. I am an inexhaustible supply and reservoir of creative content. I've always been a great writer and I know how to produce content. The 4 stages of content, by the way, everyone, that you should be managing. Just in case, if you need to take a break right now, Wayne, so you can write this down, please don't forget it. Wayne, I doubt it if you're into module number 2 right now, but we're gonna get into it a little bit more in module 2 so you can spend a lot more time in the module learning about 4 stages of content management. Number 1 is copywriting. Then Wayne, it's contextual copy because the copy that I write, it has to make sense to that platform. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So Wayne, for instance, you're in the modules and you are on this Zoom call. You opted into our sales funnel and you got us on the phone, and then boom, you're in the coaching program and you're getting direct benefit. You had a pain point and you had a need that the contextual copy directly hit you right between the eyes and said, okay, I don't know who this guy is with the wavy hair, but damn, maybe I need to schedule a call with him. Was that your methodology, Wayne? Was that how you were thinking?
That's it.
Okay. So now that's the purpose of writing great copy.
Right.
Remember this, Wayne, and everybody else. Your best skill is not your mouthpiece. It's not your ability to speak. It's your ability to write great copy. If you can't attract the target buyer, Wayne, we call them hooking the target buyer into your messaging. If you can't do that, you're going to have a difficult time selling your professional services. As you can see in module number 1, I stress and emphasize why is it important that you get a message and you get headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions. You see, I almost went crazy on everybody, Wayne, right there in the modules. Why am I stressing it so much? Because it's vitally important to the target buyer consuming your messaging. Now, number 2 is pictures. We teach you how to write great copy on this platform. If you want a free masterclass and learn how to write great copy, Wayne, just go to my LinkedIn, go to my public figure Facebook, my private Facebook, and my Instagram.
Okay. Okay.
Literally, if you go over the first 25 to 50 posts and you read everything, you will say, there's a formula. I see what he's doing. You see, we don't post by accident, Wayne. Austin gives me the strategy, and Austin, he'll call me or send me a message through Slack, and he'll make a request. Let's call it a content request, right? Mm. And I am the content creator. I fulfill the request. Austin, it will be the same thing if I make requests, technical requests from Austin every day. Bro, my username and password's not working. For whatever reason, I can't see this, I can't see that. Can you fix this? And boom, he fulfills the request with an answer. It doesn't take him 3 days. He knows it right on the spot because he's skilled at it. You see, that's why I rely on him. That's why he's my partner. That's why we're co-founders of Speaker Focus. I didn't create this myself. I just fulfill the order when he makes the request for the content, Wayne. Now watch this. He'll say, KTR, I got an idea for a outreach strategy through LinkedIn. He'll say, I need you to record 7 videos for me. He'll give me a framework to the script, and then I go in and create the content. Is it making sense? Once he gets the content, okay, Austin raised his hand. Troy, you want to jump in here?
Yo, hey, Austin, boss, how's it going? So I got a question through email.
Yes.
And so I wanted to ask for the person.
Fast, Wayne.
All right.
So what's a good cadence for all of our students to be posting per week?
Okay, now, if anybody out there knows Gary Vaynerchuk, who is one of the models that me and Austin definitely respect in this business, because Gary is very good at being able to see technical trends. Gary has a great PDF, and I'm going to share it through our school platform very soon, how to post 63 pieces of content every day. Yeah, Wayne's looking at you, looking at me like that's a lot, right, Wayne? Well, Gary has a team of Troy. How many people does he have on his team? Like 10 to 20, something like that?
Yeah, 10 to 20 that manage his content personally, but his agency has over 500. So
yeah, so he has a big team managing his content. Now, we have a growing team, but I pretty much do it all myself, okay? So the question, to answer the question that came through, is I post typically every day. If you see me take a couple of days off, it's because Austin has me doing something and my brain just cannot handle doing a post that day. That's the only reason why if you don't see me post every day, it's because I'm doing something extra special where I was just so busy for that particular day. And then some days you may see me come and I may post twice a day. Austin calls it a drip. You want to give it a nice, consistent flow. It's a nice drip. So I typically post once a day. Once a day. Now, Austin has a setup on Restream, which gives you the opportunity to do live video across multiple platforms. I think you can post up to, Troy, it's like up to 30 different platforms on Restream.
Yeah, there's different numbers based on your pricing tier, but I think the lowest plan offers like 30. I'll post a link in the chat here for everyone to check it out.
Exactly. So Restream is, I think it's like, Austin, what are we paying? Like $50 a month or something like that right now?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So, well, he found that platform because what it does is it makes it easier for me to post video content. Now watch this. I can go through Restream and open up my interface. I can title the video. I just got trained on this. So that's See, you got to understand, I'm learning as I'm going along with many of the things when it comes to technology. So anybody thinks old school like me, I'm old school, right? I'm approaching my 52nd birthday. Because of Austin Troyer, it helps me understand the platform and how you can manipulate it. And when you do it the right way, it's like a pinball machine effect when it comes to the type of action that you get in your sales funnel or making things happen when it comes to attracting people to your brand. Now, I say I post at least once a day. So Restream allows you to post a video, go into the interface, title the video. Once you send the video out, you hit finish, it goes to my LinkedIn, my Facebook, my public figure Facebook, my personal Facebook. It goes to YouTube all at the same time, and it uploads the video for you. So I don't have to sit there on every single platform and upload the video myself, which is way too time consuming. So I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. Why aren't you posting content? Okay. That's what I'm going to get to next. First, I'm going to finish going through the progressions with Wayne. Troy, if another question comes up, please, that's what we're here for. So Wayne, remember the first stage of management content is copywriting. Contextual copy. How does the copy, how does it connect with that platform? Watch this. Wayne, LinkedIn is super professional. So maybe if you're, maybe if you have some profanity in your post, maybe you want to take it out on LinkedIn. But on Instagram, it's like no holds barred. Everything goes on LinkedIn. I mean, on Instagram. I apologize. LinkedIn is super professional. Facebook kind of goes either way. I kind of see that. Well, I believe in freedom of speech, so I feel like you can say whatever you want to say. If it's authentic, I feel like you should say it. If you are a spiritual person and you don't use any profanity, God bless you. I have no problem with you. For those of us who have a little bit more edge to us, then I'm going to say what I feel. I just don't use a bad word, quote unquote, a bad word just to use it. I'm going to use it if I feel it, right? Now, one is copywriting. Number two is pictures. Number three, Wayne, video. By the way, video engagement, live video engagement, which is, I'm so thankful that Austin found Ustream, the platform for us, because live video gets 10 times more the engagement than anything else that you do. You hear what I said, Wayne? Mm-hmm. 10 times more the engagement. So Wayne, watch this. You should be dropping videos about leadership every single day. Wayne, I know what you're thinking. Damn, KTR, how long do you want me to stay on there? Start small. Start with a 2-minute video. Hey, this is Wayne. What's the title to your mainstay headline again, Wayne?
Leadership actions that remove limits.
Leadership actions that remove limits. Wayne, I need that memorized by next week. I need that memorized by next week. Now, when you should be talking about leadership actions that remove limits. Every single day, that is now part of your brand. You see? That's a brand. That's content. Right. So all you got to do is just sit down. Okay, hey, everybody, this is Wayne. And I want to let you know that as a leader, there have been times in my life where I've put limitations on myself. And those limitations are the things that hold you back. So today I'm going to give you 3 keys that's going to allow you to break the limits so you can be an effective leader. Key number 1 is fear. Everybody always talks about false evidence appearing real. Forget about that. That's somebody else's acronym. I'm going to tell you what Wayne thinks today. I'm going to tell you about fear. Fear will keep you stuck like a stick in the mud, and you have got to learn to face it. Remember in the Rocky movie, ladies and gentlemen, Rocky said everybody gets afraid. But what makes you a champion is that you display courage and you move forward despite the fear. All right, Wayne, I'm acting like I'm talking.
Right.
I'm you, but this is, you can literally turn that mainstay headline in to a piece of content. Do you understand?
Right.
Wayne, I just want you to start making the effort. Most people are like, okay, I just pick up my phone to talk. This is how all my old school people think, Wayne. Hey, I just use the phone to talk, man. I don't have time to be on Facebook. Wayne, this is what I want you to think about. All your target buyers are on Facebook. Wayne, it's not one of them. Conference coordinator, meeting, event planner, key decision maker to book speakers. It's not one of them that their conference doesn't have their own Facebook page.
Right.
It's not one of them that don't have their own Facebook page. So if you're not on Facebook, if you're not on the social networking sites where all your target buyers are, that means you're going to wind up like Sears, Wayne. You're going to wind up like Toys R Us. Wayne, what kind of world do we live in, bro? Where I can't even take my granddaughter to Toys R Us and walk her through the aisle so she can get a toy. You know why they're going out of business? Because they don't keep up with this.
Okay.
And if you don't keep up with it, you're going to be out of business just like all these old school companies who don't want to keep up. Austin is on my ass, all of you. If you think you're stressed out, you don't even understand what stress is. I may not look like it on the outside, but Austin is, let me tell you something. He got a saddle around my neck riding me like I'm freaking Seattle Slew. You understand what I'm saying? He's getting some mileage out of this horse. You understand?
Yeah.
But bro, I want him. He's my business partner. It's irresponsible for me not to learn these strategies. So I want you to understand, remember, copywriting, pictures.
Pictures. Video.
And then the other one is infographics. Now, Wayne, an example of an infographic is like a flyer. You'll see like a Grant Cardone, or you see or you know, many of the other top guys in the digital space. If they're doing a live event, they have like an infographic that will show up, and sometimes they'll say click here, and then it'll take you to a link to register. An infographic is just typically you start out, I create all my infographics in Microsoft PowerPoint. I have Photoshop, but I don't really like Photoshop. I like PowerPoint. Now, because all you're gonna do is import a picture, and then you could do a text overlay right over top of the picture. That's why I always recommend to all of you, if you're gonna do a photo shoot, use a white background. You know why? Because you could take the text and put it right here in the or they call it at the bottom is a lower third in the TV production industry, or you can put the text right here, or you can move the text right over here. Now you have your picture, and now you do a text overlay. That's called an infographic. You may have a date and a time and a telephone number or call to action right there inside the infographic. So copy, writing, pictures, video, and infographics. Those are the 4 stages to managing content. If anybody else is on where you have a question, I want you to chime in. I'm probably going to wrap the call up in a little bit. So if you have any questions, now's the time to be asking the question. So Wayne, I want you to understand something, is that many people are hesitant to post on their social media because they don't know what to post. All I want you to do is post something that is centered around your level of skill as it pertains to you being a leader. What am I talking about, Wayne? Your basic advice, your ideology, your approach to leadership. What do you talk to the people in your church community about? People in your community, people on your job, your friends coming up to you asking you for advice. That's what you should be posting. And Wayne, you can don't tell me you can't post every day, because you can take a selfie wherever you are in the world after Corona is over. You could stand in front of a building and you could just get let me tell you guys how I come up with the text. Troy, I see your hand up. Somebody else must have a question. Wayne, this is KTR's methodology to posting content. Let's say me and Austin, we're in LA and we're hanging out at the Laker game like we were back in March. So I take a piece of content and I look at the picture, and the picture literally, it speaks to me. I get a theme from the picture. Okay, let's see. I saw me and Austin were inside of the Chinese theater. So both of us had our hands out like this in the picture. I said, so the picture said to me, it said, reach out and touch whatever. I said, reach out and touch somebody. And I created an entire post off of that picture with me and Austin having our hands out like that. They said, reach out and touch your customer, reach out and share some love to the world, whatever it was. But I also talked about strategies of becoming a professional speaker. Every single time, it doesn't matter what the picture is, I always have something of value in there as it pertains to professional speaking. Wayne, all I want you to do is talk about leadership. Right. Start out with something small. We call it short form and long form copy. Sometimes you see a short form post and a long form post. Yeah. That's all I want you to do. Take a picture, create a short form or long form post. Mr. Troyer, somebody else has a question.
Yeah, another question from email. So what platforms should our students be focused on? There's all these different, other 10 plus platforms that are, really popping right now. Where should they be focused on? Where are the conference coordinators sitting?
Okay. So now, this is going to be generational with some of the stuff I'm sharing with you. For a lot of you that are speakers in the youth market, speaking to kids, then your conference coordinators are probably going to be, or either in the college market. The college market, they're probably going to be on TikTok, Snapchat, and they're probably going to be on Instagram. For the youth market, conference coordinators are definitely going to be on Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram. Now, that being said, those are platforms for younger people. It does not mean that, and me and Austin just had this conversation. Do I do a lot of posting on Snapchat? No. I'm going to start doing some stuff on TikTok. We're going to start doing some experimenting on TikTok. I post on Instagram almost every day, because what you're seeing is an eclectic mix of young and older people. Now, the older conference coordinators, when I say older, I'm talking about like 35 and above, definitely 40 and above. Facebook all the way, and LinkedIn is super professional. All of them have a LinkedIn profile. All of them have Facebook pages personally, and all of them have Facebook pages strictly for the conference or professional organization that they're affiliated with. That's not a maybe or a if, or you ask all of them. You can't do business, people, without being on these social networking sites. Troy, is it another question?
Yeah, one other question. So how do
Okay.
you know if the content you're posting is working?
That's a great question. All right. How do you know the content you're posting is working? Well, here's the thing. And we talk about this a lot. Now, I gotta talk to people, because I've had people on the phone with me before that said, oh, I have, me and Austin know people with 1 million followers still broke. Austin calls that vanity metrics. You can go to our public figure Facebook page right now. It's not a lot of people that's following us on Facebook. But I tell you this, the hundreds of thousands of branded impressions that we get every single month, they may not click the like button, but the numbers behind the scenes don't lie. And the data doesn't lie, that people are gonna go as soon. Let me tell you something. They are blowing up our LinkedIn with requests, and you can always tell when the ads are running, which are 24 hours a day. So that means it's always popping. And they're stopping by and they're consuming every piece of content. Now, just so you don't hear from me, Austin, tell them how important it is that not so much about how many likes or followers that you have, but the content that they're consuming, how that supports whatever campaign that you're running, whether or not it's getting leads in your marketing pipeline, or if you're running a sales funnel like us.
Yeah, so think of the content as a way to keep your brand top of mind when people stumble across your funnel. So, ultimately all we're doing this for is to get high-paying speaking gigs and to generate revenue and to actually grow your speaking business. We don't really care about the likes, the engagement, all that stuff, unless it leads to more revenue, more speaking gigs. And so when you're marketing yourself to conference coordinators, you're bringing them into the funnel. Your content the daily content that you post is a way for you to always put your brand, keep yourself top of mind for these conference coordinators, because not all of them are going to make a purchasing decision right away. Not all of them are going to reach out and, request to book you to speak right away, but they may in a week, they may in 2 weeks. And the only way you're going to catch them when the time is right for them is if you're constantly posting content and staying top of mind. We have some people that opt into our funnel, and 8 months later, they finally make the decision to book a sales call with Kevin. And the only reason that they chose to book a call that day 8 months later was because Kevin had posted, a long form piece of copy on Facebook or Instagram. So it can be really good for the longer term strategy to be posting every single day and build that habit, so that you can keep your brand top of mind without paying extra for ads.
Exactly. That's a great point. This is the reason why we're in partnership together, because the strategy comes from the person you're seeing right now. Austin is the chief technical officer. Wayne, he just tells me what I'm supposed to be doing, and he helps me understand the platform that I'm posting the content on. And then he shares the data with me that the machine, we're feeding data into the machine constantly. The machine is telling Austin what to do. Austin tells it to me, and then I go create the content. So I'm having a field day right now. I've never had this much fun doing business in my life, because when you understand how to manipulate, I'm manipulating these social networks to our favor to help our brand make money. It gives you sustainability. It gives you sustainability. Mary? Does Mary have a question? I see her name up there, but Mary, did you have a question? And I'm picking up some background noise too for her. Troy, I don't know why I saw her name just pop up there, but I don't see her face, but I picked up some background noise.
I'm good. I'm sorry I had you on speaker.
Oh, it's
I'm
okay,
listening
Mary.
to the content.
It's okay. Mary, did you have a question?
No, I don't have a question. I'm fast and furious writing things down so that I can look at it later. But
No problem.
good presentation. Thank you.
No problem. Mary, how are you enjoying the content thus far? I know you just signed up a couple days ago
Oh,
in the online
it's
platform.
beautiful. It's absolutely filling in all the spaces. Like I said in our conversation, I've signed on to a lot of programs, but this is bringing it forward where everything is wrapping it into the loop of where I need to be.
Absolutely.
So
Mary, we're honored. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for sharing that. We're honored to have a woman of your entrepreneurial caliber on our platform, and we're glad to be helping you. We'll be here every Monday, 6 p.m. answering questions. We have our school platform that is our private speaker focus group that everyone is going to be able to share information. The search feature in there alone is going to help all of you tremendously to get the answers to your questions about everything pertaining to your speaker business. So we're very excited about that as well. Thanks, Mary. So let me get back to what I was talking about as far as managing the content and then the different platforms. I'm gonna give you some examples so that you understand exactly what you're supposed to be doing on these social networks. So when it comes to LinkedIn, I have a great strategy that I started utilizing. LinkedIn has a character restriction. So if you try to create a really long post, Facebook, you can write a book and drop it in there, copy and paste it, and it doesn't have a character restriction, but LinkedIn does. Twitter has a character restriction, like 143 characters. Everybody knows that. But when you want to create a long form piece of copy, and all of you, again, if you want a free lesson in how to manage social media, go and visit me and Austin's Facebook page, and you will be able to see short form versions and long form versions of how to create copy. I'm just a very skilled copywriter. We will teach you world-class copywriting skills on this platform. Look at what I'm posting and how I'm posting it. There's a reason why it resonates and why we stay top of mind. Because when people start clicking around, in other words, they're going to start doing their due diligence. Have you ever heard of that before? They're going to start doing their due diligence about you and your brand. And they're going to try to uncover every stone. They're going, the number two searches on me is under motivational speaker, because that's what everybody else thinks that it is. That's funny. When you search and they want to know my net worth, those are the two main things that Google has registered of people to search me the most: motivational speaker and net worth. The rest is just searching my name, and obviously they want to know about speaker focus as well. So when they start picking and probing around, you got to give them what they're looking for. If I'm supposed to be the world's #1 speaker coach, but I'm talking about how to repair car engines or anything else that doesn't relate to what you want to know, you'd be looking at me like I had 3 heads right now. What the hell does that have to do with growing your speaker business? For those that don't know, it's simply all me and Austin care about. That's why we're partners, because I don't want to hear about anything else. You've got to be consumed and engulfed in your business. And professional speaking, as you can see all of you thought, I'm going to be a motivational speaker. This is going to be easy. I'm just going to get on stage and start speaking. No. This is the reason why they call it the speaker business. There's a whole lot of business that's got to get done before you get a chance to speak. Now, the speaking part for me is the reward. If you don't take care of the business, what's taking care of the business? Understanding how to manage your social media. Remember, it's like the conference coordinator had Fred Dorsey. Fred is an astute entrepreneur. Fred said, this is definitely not easy. Fred, this is what we're here for, bro. We are here to help you figure it out so you don't have to scratch your head. You don't have to scratch your head on this platform because we have the answers for you. This is the reason why we do the calls. This is the reason why we have Speaker Focus set up the way it is. And we're going to be adding new content to it, new content all the time. It's my responsibility to make sure that you don't have to suffer and struggle and being broke, begging, and desperation mode like I was for the first 7 years of my career. Some of the people that I asked to help me, they had the information, but they wouldn't help. Fred, right back at you, bro. Right back at you. Some of the people I asked for help, they wouldn't help me because I was just too damn aggressive, especially when I was in my early 20s. I was so damn hungry and thirsty. They was like, if I teach him anything, he's going to go past me. And that's exactly what happened. I'm number one. Get used to it. It's the best thing going. There's nothing you can do about it. The World Championship of Speaker Coaching resides in my house. They all know it. I don't worry about what they're doing there. They got to be worrying about what I'm doing. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you just take the platform serious. Now, let me give you a little bit of overview unless anybody else has more questions. Let me give you an overview about what you should be posting on the social networking platforms. Now, let's get to LinkedIn because that is without a doubt the most professional social networking site that we have on the globe. There is a button on LinkedIn where you can hit create article. When I found out about this thing, it is a beautiful feature that LinkedIn has. Now, remember, LinkedIn has a character restriction. If you take a long form piece of copy and you try to do a direct copy and paste, LinkedIn, it'll be this little minus thing at the bottom that says you're over by 1,200 characters. Now you got to go in there and be editing stuff out. I don't want to edit the words. I want all of you to read everything I have because, believe it or not, some people still like to read. They consume all of our content because you know what everybody starts to see? And if anybody has made this observation, I want you to just raise your hand. When you read one of our posts, do you read all of the posts from top to bottom? Because if you do, it's a reason why you're reading it, because it's like me teaching a master class when it comes to how to develop your speaker business every single time. People are consuming that content. So LinkedIn, you can hit create article. It will allow you to post pictures inside of the article. It will allow you to put some of the text in quotes. It will allow you to post infographics if you want to right there inside the article. And you can really post a long, if you want to see a great version of a long form piece of copy on my LinkedIn page, I want you to go look at the post that says to speak or not to speak. To speak or not to speak. It was a very long form post. I had great statistical data in there. And that's what you want to give to people if they stumble across your page, even by accident, ladies and gentlemen. You just want them to get a quality piece of content. So I would say to all of you, post something once a day. It's going to feel funny when you start posting once a day. Get in the habit of posting something. I want you to shake your inhibitions. Forget about what you look like, okay? You will be surprised that people are accepting of who you are when you just put it out there. What I want is authenticity. I don't give a damn if you have a robe on. I don't care if you got your shower cap on. If that's how you want to present yourself and it's coming off authentic, then damn it, do that. But it's better than doing nothing. Some of you aren't doing anything because you don't know what to do. First step is look at my social media to get the free masterclass about how to write short form and long form copy. Secondly, start making an attempt to do something. I mean, my God, just start posting something. But I want you to post something that is reinforcing your specialty, your field of specialty, your area of subject matter expertise, you being a leading authority in your field, or you being a trusted advisor. I got to say this before I get off the call. And anybody else, Kirk K. Wood, thank you, brother. Kirk, we always have a powerful call. We had a very powerful call a little bit earlier. Jamie Johnson, my brother, what's going on, man? That's right. Jamie knows. Jamie's in our one-on-one coaching program. It ain't nothing but work going on. It's all of you can find out. It's not like I didn't tell you. Some of you, I tried to talk you out of giving us your money. I told you I make it look easy, but it's not. I said it to you from the beginning. This is not about being a motivational speaker. This is professional speaking. And if you want to be professional, you have to start managing your social media in a better fashion. Now, I'm going to say this, and this is going to hurt for a lot of you. This is going to hurt, but this is what I'm here for. Brother Kevin is going to share some information with you. Now, let me start with the brothers, okay? And this isn't about color. This isn't about sex or race. None of that. Let me start with the fellas. A lot of you think that Facebook is some kind of freaking dating site. If you want to do that, you need to be on a dating site, because I could tell exactly what you're doing by the way you post. If you're not a fitness instructor, why do you have your shirt off, bro? I'm trying to understand it. If you're into fitness, I get it. I want to see your abs. Because if you're trying to tell me how to have an 8-pack, damn it, I want to see your 8-pack. Okay, I get it. But if you are not a fitness guru and you got your shirt off, bro, you're calling yourself, first of all, it's too many titles in your profile. I got one thing that I want to do. Teach people how to be better at speaking. Now, yeah, I got a couple other things. Am I an executive? Yes. Am I a celebrity talk show host? Yes. Yeah, you can see all of that in my resume. But people, if you're a leadership speaker, and I see that you are at the bar with your friends more than you're talking about leadership, you think I may have a problem with that if I'm a conference coordinator and I got a check in my hand for $5,000+? You think you're going to get that check from me if your social media is run unprofessionally? I want y'all to think about it. Because some of you, your social media is horrible. Okay? Now let me get to the ladies. With all due respect, ladies, and you know, when somebody says with all due respect, they're about to say the most disrespectful shit you ever heard out of your mouth ever in your life. If you are calling yourself a female empowerment speaker and you are showing too much booty and you look like you should be a fake Instagram model that doesn't have a contract with Pretty Little Thing and doesn't have a contract with Fashion Nova, if that's what you're trying to do, then you need to go do that. Because if I'm a conference coordinator and I'm trying to hire you and I'm hiring you to come in and empower my female academy of young women who need to learn how to act like ladies, but you showing me a bunch of booty. See, y'all, you're not ready to have this conversation. We can end this shit right here. You don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear the truth. You just want to keep posting shit that you want to post that makes you look unprofessional. Well, somebody got to tell you. If any of you catching me with a drink in my hand or posting something up with my family in it or posting some vacation pictures or doing something crazy on myself, please point it out to me. Go ahead, point it out. I'm on social networks for one reason and one reason only: to teach people what I didn't know when I first started. Now, you can either listen to me or you can keep managing your social media unprofessionally. I want you to do this is your homework assignment for everybody that's tuning in. I want you to do a social media assessment. Listen, I'm not telling you that I am the litmus test or the standard for no reason. I'm it. You understand? Is it hard for you to believe that I'm the only one on planet Earth who has the balls or guts enough to tell you what I'm telling you? Pretty much. I suggest you smarten up and do a social media assessment. Check your own shit tonight. What are you posting? How are you posting it? Who are you? What do you do? How does it benefit the target buyer? What are you sharing on your Facebook wall? What are you sharing on your Instagram? I'm trying to tell you, this is valuable real estate space. So, Troy, Can you answer this question? Why don't you, when you give me an assignment to post content, why don't I post something from somebody else's page? Can you explain to them the value of real estate space on your social media?
Yeah, unless the other person is a customer of yours giving you a testimonial, or it's someone you've done business with and they're talking about you in the post. You have very little time, especially with humans' short attention span. You have very little time to catch someone's attention and get them to convert. So if they come to your social media page and you just have a wall full of other people's quotes and everything, that's probably all they're going to see before they leave your profile. So you need to make a quick first impression when they come to your page, and the content on there should be from either you or your customer or someone that's raving about you, so that you can make that impression. Otherwise, you'll lose their attention, and and it'll be a lost prospect.
It'll be a lost prospect. What we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is getting hot leads and prospects in your marketing pipeline. We cover it in module number 2. Are you filling your pipeline with hot leads and prospects? Those prospects are going to come check out your social media. It's like DNA. I'm telling you, if you committed a crime at a crime scene, you know what they do? They collect evidence, DNA evidence. They try to lift a fingerprint or something. Well, this is what happens when the conference coordinator goes to your social media. For the free masterclass, all you got to do is see the way me and Austin, you think I'm not managing my social media that way because I want to. I'm managing it that way because it allows us to reinforce the brand with positive information that allows people to learn. We're on here to teach. That is what we do as service providers. That's what you should be doing. See, you might not look at yourself like this, ladies and gentlemen. Every one of you on here in your own regard is a specialist, a subject matter expert, and a leading authority. Now, if you don't look at yourself that way, you need to do some soul searching. And it's okay if you don't look at yourself that way right now, but I suggest you get some confidence and understand that what you're doing as a professional speaker is you are transferring knowledge at a high level. And someone out there needs it. So look at that real estate. It's something that is a very premium placement. And that's the reason why I don't share anything from anybody else unless it has something to do with our brand. If one of our coaching students, if they come to town or me and Austin are traveling and we take a picture with them and they tag us in something, then fine. Now, a lot of you need to go in the settings to your Facebook. Now, I'll tell you another reason why we don't allow people just to drop things on our wall. We've got to get permission and say, okay, yes, I'll accept that on my wall, because I'm also a celebrity talk show host. So when I was producing my television and my radio show simultaneously and touring all over the world at the same time, that's why I got all this content. I got 2 hard drives with over 100,000 pictures on there alone. I got stuff I haven't even never seen before. Okay, I can literally post pictures for the rest of my life, but I don't rely on that. I keep creating new content. So you should go into your settings right now. And some of you are allowing any and everybody to drop past your page and put a comment right there on your wall. You have got to disable that feature, because I had strippers putting booty shaking videos right there directly on my Facebook. Do you know some of my meeting planners, listen to me, some of my meeting planners would inbox me. They would say, Kevin, I don't know what this was, but I went to your Facebook. Now, I'm in a seminar teaching. This was around 2008, 2009. I didn't know anything about the settings feature, so it was no holds barred. Everybody was just every little rapper that was coming out with a record that was dropping their music video right there on my Facebook wall. One of the guys was talking about killing people's grandmothers on the record. I'm like, okay. Let me delete that. So one of the meeting planners said, Kevin, this content didn't look like it was up your alley, but I was a little disturbed when I saw that on your Facebook wall. Why would you let something? I didn't let it. Somebody put it on my wall. So you got to control the settings. Don't just let people come by and drop content on your wall without you giving it permission, because it makes your brand look bad. Listen, I'm not knocking it if you do suggestive content. There's a lot of people that make great money doing suggestive content. Bless them, but it's not going on my wall. There's a lot of people that have kind of, you know, their content is very kind of militant. It's very disruptive. Like it really makes you think. A lot of people have they got a lot of content that's very, very controversial. Listen, when you start talking about religion or politics or any of that stuff, all it is a distraction. I don't want it to be a distraction on your wall. So I want you to think about the stuff that you're posting. Watch this. Do you really think I have time to get in a debate about what they're doing in the White House or what they're doing with Corona? Everybody thinks they work for the CDC. I don't have time to facilitate questions like that. All of that stuff is a distraction. Talk to Austin and talk to him about anything that doesn't have anything to do with our goals, and watch what kind of emoji that he sends you back. You're not going to like it. I've got the emoji before. It's not pretty, ladies and gentlemen. So I have a responsibility to manage my social media properly so it services the greater benefit of our students. That is what we care about. Now, if I started posting stuff that you couldn't learn anything from, all of you'll be blowing up our inbox right now. Yo, KTR, man, what's going on with you? You slipping, boss. Do a social media assessment tonight. I am going to let the call go just a little bit longer. I'm gonna open up the floor for any additional questions. Let me go through here and see what else is happening. Hey, I see Norma Chappelle on. Norma, we had a great session today. I see Rainey on. Rainey, how are you, boss? What's going on? Hey, man, it's my first time getting a chance to put a face with the place. Rainey's been in our online program for. Rainey, could you click the unmute button and tell me what your experience has been on the Speaker Focus platform thus far? How are you, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been interesting. I mean, you are very clear about your information.
Okay.
So I have a whole thing of notes right here as I've gone through the program.
That's good.
I'm finding it very interesting.
Okay, Rainey, did you have any questions? Like, are you almost to module 2? You've been in it for about 2 weeks. Are you almost to module 2 yet?
Module 2.
Module 2. Did you have any questions that I could answer for you? Maybe right here, something you don't understand, or just any question that you have that you'd like for me to answer?
No, I'm trying to work out in my mind. But mostly I do inspirational speaking.
Okay.
And
excuse me.
so I'm trying to, and I do certain workshops. So I'm building the content now using your model around the subjects I speak on and the workshops that I do.
Got you.
So I'm hopefully in about 2 weeks, I hope to be able to launch my website, and it's simply called Rainey Speaks.
I love it.
And
Rainey, have you already reserved that domain name?
Yes.
Yeah, that's very catchy too, by the way. See, that's where your brand starts. It all starts with RaineySpeaks.com, right? Mm-hmm. So watch this. You're going to be able to post your homework in the school. Have you registered on the school platform yet? In the private group that we have for Speaker Focus?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anybody that has not got your link to school, SKOOL, Austin should have sent all of you a link. If you did not get it, send us a message and let us know. Check your inbox or perhaps your spam folder. If you need the link, we will resend it to you. Rainey, what it's going to allow you to do is you can post your homework assignment right there in the platform, and we can check it, and other people can give you suggestions and ideas, and we can also help you improve the topic. So as you're developing those, remember, just stick to the formula. I think Austin put it right there, the invite for school. He already has it right there inside the message box.
Okay.
Randy, if you have anything that we can help you with, don't hesitate to reach out to us, okay?
Got you.
Okay, boss. All right, let me see who else is in here. Anybody else? Cristal, I hope you're feeling better. Wayne, let me know if you have any questions. Fred mentioned something before. Jamie mentioned something. Okay, remember, ladies and gentlemen, today's message was all about smart social media management, how to manage content, how to produce content. You can do a lot right from your smartphone. I would recommend that all of you post one piece of content a day. Is it going to feel a little uncomfortable? Yeah, because a lot of you are worried about how you look. Let me tell you something. Here's what I learned about authenticity. When you are authentic, people don't give a damn how you look. They don't care what your hair looks like. Just present yourself how you want to present yourself, and just hit the record button and go. What you're going to do is it's going to feel uncomfortable in the beginning. Okay, Austin said we got one more thing to share before we end the call, and I'll get to that right after I make this point. It's going to feel a little uncomfortable when you first start posting content, but I just want you to keep posting. If you want, say, hey, KTR, I've been posting content. I've been posting videos. I'm doing a short form post, a long form post. Share the link to the post right there in school. We'll give you some critiques about it, how you can improve the short form and long form copy. This is what we're here for. Austin has built a platform for us where something called machine learning. We feed the data into the machine, and it helps us keep producing content that helps the platform keep growing. So we have technology on our side. This is why this is the most powerful platform in the world, because we have my speaker expertise and all the mistakes that I've made, and then we merged it with all of the technical background of Austin, and then the other platforms that are out there. We didn't create a lot of this stuff, but it's out there for us to utilize, and we want to be able to bring you the very best things on the Speaker Focus platform. Austin, you had the thing that you wanted to share before I do a recap.
Yeah, I just wanted to go over a quick LinkedIn strategy that I recommend everyone that's ready to go to market that they can use to attract conference coordinators and start
Okay, wait a minute,
booking
pause.
sales call.
Okay, pause for a quick second. When Austin says you're ready to go to market at the end of module 2, that means that you have created all your signature programs. Austin, is that you taking over the screen? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have now created your signature programs. You have built a website. Your speaker info kit is complete. Your speaker video demo is complete. You have finished with sales cycle training, and you understand how to manipulate the verbiage in that sales script, the sales cycle training from contact to close. You know the right verbiage and the right tonality to use to the target buyer. When we say you are ready to go to market, that means you have chosen a marketing vehicle, and you have all your sales tools together, and you know how to speak to the target buyer. Now you're ready to go to the right market. And Austin's going to explain to you a great automation strategy that he created through LinkedIn. Go ahead.
So this one's not automated, but it's a quick way to get conference coordinators on the phone and get your brand out there, and it doesn't cost anything.
Okay.
And it's using LinkedIn. And so what we can do is so this is Kevin's page here. What I recommend doing is obviously cleaning this all up. Now under activity, this is where you're going to post some content. You need to have at least 10 pieces of content in here, because the conference coordinator is going to come across your LinkedIn and scroll through all the content. Now, what I recommend doing as well is in the headline up here, have your mainstay headline, post it right in there. And then the about section, have some long form copy that calls out your target market, hooks them in, does some storytelling, speaks to their pain points, and then prompts them to reach out. Now, after you have this all set up, this page, what I recommend doing is just go to the search bar in LinkedIn, type in conference coordinators,
Look at that, everyone.
hit the people tab. Okay, so we see over 1 million results here. We can actually type in conference coordinator. Over 970,000 results. And what you can do, I recommend connecting with at least 30 people per day that are conference coordinators in your niche. So your specialty, your focus. Just hit connect with them. Now, when you hit connect, don't add a message here, because if you add a message that seems too salesy, they won't accept it. So just leave it, hit send invitation. What they're going to see is they're going to see Kevin T. Roberts, or sorry, they're going to see your name, just viewed your profile and reached out to connect. Now, what they're going to do is quickly assess who is this person. And when
Yep.
they see your bio, the first thing they're going to look at here is the headline. So you need to make sure that really catches their eye and prompts them to connect. And we're seeing really great results with this. We have this whole thing automated, but you can do it manually and still get really great results.
How much does that cost, Austin?
No, this is all free to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It costs you $0 for that strategy that he just created for our platform.
Yeah, and even if they don't necessarily reach out right away, what's going to happen is you're going to be connecting with all these people. Most of them, over 50%, will connect with you if you have your profile optimized right. What's going to happen is when you're posting content daily, they're going to now be seeing it in their feed every single day. And if it's valuable content that speaks to their pain points and helps them out, then over time, they're going to start to reach out. So that's why it's so crucial to build the habit of posting daily so that you can stay top of mind.
Okay, now I'm glad Austin said that. Thank you so much, Troy, for sharing that information. Now, remember, I'm going to leave you all with this. So now I'm probably going to teach several master classes, and we're going to take a deeper dive into social media. I believe we covered a lot today. You know how I feel about it. You know, I feel very strongly about whatever it is that I teach. So I want to leave you with this. I'm just reinforcing what Austin just said. Now, the conference coordinator, when they connect with you through your social media, now he just showed you an example of exactly what you could do. You're supposed to do several things. The content that you are creating is now my target buyer is different. I'm speaking to all my target buyers directly right now. People that have a pain that don't understand the professional speaking industry. That is my target market. Your target market, if you haven't forgot, it's conference coordinators, meeting and event planners, committee members who are directly responsible for purchasing professional speaking services. He already showed you a search result. That was just conference coordinators. He didn't even put meeting planners in there. You could have switched up the search, but the bottom line is that's a lot of leads. So you need to find your niche. Remember this, leadership is the #1 bookable and most requested topic at conferences and corporate meetings worldwide. #1. So all of you should be creating leadership topics that the market is already buying. Now, if you're a specialty speaker, let's say you are a OSHA, safety, health and wellness speaker, you speak about clean eating, you're a vegan, excuse me, you're a technology expert. They have all kinds of conferences that happen and they need speakers strictly for those industries. They're not going to hire you if that's not under your subject matter expertise. But what do they always hire? Leadership. When you read that LinkedIn article that I put up, remember there are 5,200 plus meetings in our industry every single day. I didn't say every month. I said every single day in our industry globally. There's a meeting going on every second of the day, 365 days a year. 5,200 plus meetings every single day. You just have to be able to find the right people, and you have to put the right Copy, pictures, video, and infographics in front of your target buyer. Remember, your target buyer is a conference coordinator, meeting and event planner. They need to know several things in the session. Unless I got one more call, I guess I got one more question. I just can't resist.
Hey, Kev. Hey, we got a question from Fred Dorsey.
Fred, has your brain exploded yet? Fred said it's definitely not easy earlier. Fred, talk to me, baby. Then I'll get into the final 4 things that the conference coordinator needs from you in order to book you to speak when they see your content. Go ahead, Fred.
All right, I'm ready. So my question was,
Fred, DMV, stand up, DMV.
my question was on virtual speaking. Is it a different setup? Meaning, like a lot of, I was looking at, like, you know how we doing the Zoom call now?
Yes, sir.
Like a speaking engagement, like if everything going virtual, is that any different from like a live performance? We're doing like virtual speaking. That's a different setup. Maybe I'm confusing it, but
No.
that's like.
No, you're not. You're not. I understand your question enough to be able to answer it. That's a great question, by the way. The setup, Fred, is the same in your preparation. The way I look at all of you right now, if I can see your face, it's like you're in my audience. It's like I'm doing a keynote speech. My head is moving. Right. I'm clicking the button. You know, I'm able to see everybody. I'm able to see their facial expressions. It's a great way to interact. So you're actually able to see when I say something and Wayne goes, like I'm able to see that, right? So right. This is what happens with everybody. When I can see Rainey, I can see the expression in his eyes. I can see what he was talking to me about. It's a little bit more intimate. It allows you to get a bird's eye view. Now your preparation is always the same. The content is the content is the content. Most speakers, they suffer from glossophobia. If you don't know what that is, glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. There are a whole lot of phobias. Some people suffer from glossophobia. The number one reason why they suffer from glossophobia and stage fright is because they're thinking what the audience is thinking about them. See, Fred, when you're prepared, you are not supposed to be worrying about the audience. When you're prepared, the audience doesn't see color. They don't see male. They don't see female. They see a person who's delivering value. And a professional person is in front of you who wants to grow both personally and professionally. So the way you prepare your presentations is going to be the same. You're going to have an outline. In module 1, Fred, we talked about the art and science behind delivering the message. For those of you who just started, I see Randy shaking his head. Wayne knows what it is. Make a point. Open up the point. Make an example of the point. Bring closure to the point. Transition and pivot into your next point. You're supposed to have that on a loop. If you notice, I use my hands a lot. I use my fingers. I say, this is what I want. I got 3 things I want to share with you. 1, 2, 3. I'm always making it very succinct. Business modes of communication should be articulated with clarity and conciseness. Keep it short and sweet and make the message clear. Here's how you know you didn't send the message out the right way. If you don't get the answer or feedback you thought you were supposed to hear, it's because you didn't send the message out the right way and your preparation was horrible. So do the research first. Fred, prepare yourself. Whether or not you're doing a webinar, teleconference, Skype, Zoom, doesn't matter. You still need content. So this pandemic, again, it didn't do anything but open up more avenues for speakers to speak. There's a whole lot of virtual meetings going on. If you look in your timeline right now, I don't know if any of you noticed it, but you see virtual conferences popping up all over the place. What do you think that's doing to our business? That's not hurting us, it's helping us. You could stay in pandemic mode for the rest of your life. And me and Austin, we still gonna get our money. And it's many other people that are popping up. DCDs are creating, people are adapting already. You know what's happening? You see, I just saw a graphic for one of my mentors, George Frazier. Mr. Frazier is real heavy on LinkedIn. So Mr. Frazier has his picture right here in a real big box. And over here in a long box, it's about 8 speakers who are going to be speaking at a virtual conference that's coming up. You can't do anything to stop a virtual conference because everybody's home. But guess what they're doing? Putting their credit card information in, still registering for the conference. Y'all better wake up and hear what I'm saying. This business is huge. Besides athletes, our industry earns the most amount per hour out of any profession on planet Earth. Do you hear what I'm saying? Only people that make more money than professional speakers is LeBron James. Now, if you know how to shoot basketball, then damn it, you will make $1 million an hour like LeBron does as well. But other than that, shut up and learn these strategies and get out there and get on tour and get command over your content and deliver it to the market the way you're supposed to. Now, if anybody else, wait a minute, do I see another question down here? Yes, Kirk, we are sending the replay. Austin's gonna send it out right after the call. Yes, he already addressed that. Okay, now, remember, we've been talking about content creation and content management. What are you supposed to be posting on your social media pages? The target buyer, AKA conference coordinator, meeting and event planner, they need to know several things when they visit your LinkedIn page. If you missed it, I want you to go back about 10 or 12 minutes prior to this. Austin did a great illustration when he was searching around. He did the search for you to show you that the conference coordinators are right there. And then he told you how to change the heading. Remember, you should have your mainstay headline right there in your heading. For example, I teach people leadership strategies that magnify success. Well, when the conference coordinator sees that, they're like, oh, wow, he's a leadership speaker. Ding. Okay, let me go over the last 10 posts that he had. Are you talking about leadership? Damn, this is where you blow the sale. They're trying to give you money. They're trying to figure out what your social media DNA is, but you got too many pictures of you, bro, at the bar doing happy hour trying to get some woman's number. How in the hell does that help me book you to speak? Lady, if you're showing too much, can you cover yourself up a little bit more, please? I don't need to see all of that. I don't need to see it all. If I'm trying to hire you to speak, I simply want you to help me in the following areas. I'm going to end the call like this. Number one, I want to make sure that you're going to help my audience with, number one is key takeaway strategies. Key takeaway strategies. Number two, are you going to help my audience achieve the desired outcomes? Are you going to help us achieve, number three, are you going to help us achieve our learning objectives? Now, KTR, some of you are asking me, what are you talking about takeaways? I'm talking about when the audience comes in there, what are they going to leave with that they didn't have when they walked through the door? What are you going to get when you get on this call that you didn't have before you came? I don't promise it to you. I can guarantee you every time you see my face, you're going to walk away a better person. It's my job. It's my passion. It's what I was built for. Number two, I'm going to help you achieve your desired outcomes. What do all of you on here want to do? You want to book speaking engagements. You want to learn the speaker business. Well, that's what you can get when you come talk to me in Austin. Then I'm going to help you achieve your learning objectives. That's what the conference coordinator wants to see. This is all they want. Remember, they are the gatekeeper. They are not going to give you the key to put you in front of their audience. See, you don't get a chance to get to the target audience until you get past the target buyer. The target buyer, the conference coordinator, is the gatekeeper. They are not going to put you in front of the target audience unless you can prove to them that you're willing to help them. And let me say it again for the people in the cheap seats that didn't hear it. Smarten up if you didn't, or look at the replay. Your social media is helping the conference coordinator book you to speak. It's helping the conference coordinator understand what your brand is. It's helping the conference coordinator understand who you are, what do you do, and how it benefits them. Karis has a question. See, if you got questions, I just can't. Why am I leaving when you got questions? Karis, what's your question? Talk to me. Fred, I think Fred probably need to either Fred needs to turn his mute off, and Karis has the, Troy, I might need your help on this. Okay. I see Fred on my screen. Oh, I see Karis. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Okay, hey, sorry about interrupting while you were.
No, there's no apologizing. I'm here for you. What's going? I love you, Karis.
I love you too, Coach. So my question is, because I feel like I'm all over the place, and I guess it's just me, but I have a LinkedIn profile for Destiny Walkers Network. Do I need to like transfer that over to Karis El Reed for strictly the, Karis El Reed, the, empowerment speaker, or is it okay to have two? I mean, where am I at with that?
Okay, here's what I recommend. See, this is a problem that speakers have because they're multi-talented. Now, there's nothing wrong with being multi-talented, but the conference coordinator doesn't want to hire you if you're doing too much. So, Karis, what I would do is, remember, empowerment speaker. Karis, what's your mainstay headline?
Empowering principles that unfolds dreams.
Okay, so that needs to be right there where Austin said it was, right there in the title. Like, that needs to be there. And then you're going to move Destiny Walkers and all your other business entities, you're going to put down there when those entities started. Like if you look at mine, it has that I sat on the board of directors for a nonprofit being a managing director. And then it has the KTR mentorship program that's been around for 20 something years. And then it has focus strategy seminars. I've been a facilitator. It has all those credentials in there over 34 years. And then it has the KTR show, me being a celebrity talk show host. And then it has focus-based learning solutions, I believe is in it. Or no, it has KTR consultancy in there. And then it has speaker focus. And that's basically a new entity. And that's for the last 3 years. So as you can see, you will see the bulk of my professional credentials in my work history, but you don't see all of that. What most people try to do, they put up their inspirational speaker, motivational speaker, real estate agent. That now you're looking like the Chinese food carryout store in the hood. You're selling chicken wings and fries, pizza subs, hamburgers, and hot dogs. You're doing too much. The conference coordinator, remember, Karis, they want to hire a specialist, which is what you are. They want to hire a subject matter expert, which is what you are. They want to hire a leading authority, which is what you are. And they want to hire a trusted advisor. So if you're doing too much in your bio, take all of that out and specialize in what? One thing.
Okay.
Then put all the other stuff in chronological order. If you want to brag about your work history, that's what LinkedIn is set up for. It's set up so everybody can see what you've been doing and how long you've been doing it.
Okay.
So that's great. Anybody else with a question?
Thank you, Coach.
You're very welcome. Talk to you real soon.
Okay.
Well, we are going to bring this to a close. And I want to end it by saying this, everyone. I want you to listen to me very carefully, because if you want to achieve success in the professional speaking industry, you have to have your mind wrapped around the following. This is something called the clarity of focus. It's something that I wrote so I can make sure that I had very clear focus about my dreams. Negativity is something that you simply cannot afford. My mentality is fly like I'm on the Concorde. I display lyrical gravity. I elevate my mind to a place of the positive telepathy. I see the things of a blind man. You know I have to keep it tight because I'm walking by faith and not by what, everybody? Not by sight. Negative illusions are detrimental. Check out the third eye as I rocks the acapella, pray tell, as I excel. I'm moving to a place of total happiness. I escape from hell. And now it's like I can see the beauty of the sun rising in the north, south, west, or east. Ladies and gentlemen, my star, my light is shining bright because I illuminate like the heavens in the middle of the night. Before you see the light, you must first come out of the darkness. Why? Because the clarity of focus is the road to success. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm built to serve you. Any questions that you have, me and Austin are here every Monday, 6 p.m. I'm out. KTR, world's #1 speaker coach on #1 speaker platform, which is Speaker Focus. I will see you at #1. Get the homework assignments done. Stay focused. Keep your head in the game. All right? I love you. Talk to you real soon.